What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mode video. So the Season 8 update is out alongside its patches. And I do have to say there are quite a bit of changes, a lot of surprising ones at that. But the one I want to talk about the most immediately, the one that stands out the most is probably the Swordfish. So we all kind of knew that the Swordfish was getting a buff. It was getting a hip fire buff as well as a fire rate buff. It went from 1,000 rounds per second, or 1,000 rounds per second, that's crazy, 1,000 rounds per minute to 1,100 rounds per minute. So there was going to be a smaller delay between bursts, which basically means that it's going to be a little bit less punishing if you do miss a few shots. This applies to the halberd mag and even just the regular bullets. Not only that, it did get a 10% ADS boost as well. So yeah, that's something that you guys want to take into consideration, especially if you guys just want to use the regular mag just to test yourselves or whatever the hell it may be. Keep in mind, I did also test out the 4-round burst instead of just the halberd mag, and I do have to say it's still pretty solid, but I will say it's a lot heavier, so I do recommend using the halberd mag, just in all cases, really. There's no actual downside with the halberd mag, with the exception of maybe just damage, but even then, I mean, so long as you land like 4 shots, you're still going to be okay. If anything, the regular rounds are just there until you actually unlock the halberd mag, so I think the halberd mag is like at the very end of leveling up the weapons, so yeah, for all of you guys that may have like a lot of weapon XP cards, you probably may never have to need to use the 4-round burst unless you're doing the no attachment challenge. So we all know the Swordfish to be a pretty decent weapon, depending on who is actually using it. If you're a terrible player, obviously you're not going to really do that well, but if you're skilled, if you're very precise, this is pretty much the gun for you, and especially for controller lobbies, it's their wet dream, and especially for me, man. I've been using this a lot. But given the state of things, especially with me personally, dude, I've been going against just nothing but campers. Ask all my friends, it's just a fucking camp fest. I think it's even more so right now because there's some sort of hardpoint node where you have to stay inside the hardpoint. So there are groups of people just camping within the hardpoint, so it's really, really frustrating. I went through like 6 hours of rage just playing the game, testing out the new stuff, and trust me, it was not fun. I say this right now because it's a matter of time before they figure out that the Swordfish was buffed. Not everyone has access to the information, such as like leakers on duty, or even, I guess, people don't use Twitter. You know, there are some people out there that are kind of out of the loop. But it's a matter of time before they figure it out and they start camping with it. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Well, I'll admit myself, after like maybe 30 plus minutes of using it, or maybe even more, I do have to say it is kind of problematic because, like I said, there's a lot of campers in this game, especially on controller lobbies where you're even more precise than a lot of touch players. But the thing is that oh my god, it could be a huge problem, especially when it comes to camping, because oh man, I've already dealt with it enough today, and trust me, if they get their hands on this weapon, I don't know what I'm gonna do after this. However, it does give me a chance to use it myself. That's the thing. When guns get patched, I'm always too prideful to use anything that got really buffed, because then, yeah, then I'm no better than the meta abusers. That's the way I see it. But I don't know. Maybe my pride gets in the way too much, and that's what ends up costing me a lot of matches. But yeah, I'm probably going to use this a little bit more because, I mean, there are times where I have been into the Swordfish. There are days where I use it excessively and it's fun. But I think it's going to be more so now because it's actually good this time. So anyways, here is the class setup. I do have classic red dot sight, halberd mag, OWC laser tactical, MIP light barrel, as well as the OWC light suppressor. Honestly, none of these attachments actually have any downsides. If anything, it's just purely upsides, especially with the halberd mag. But yeah, with the halberd mag, you already have like increased horizontal and vertical recoil control. So really, there's no issue with control at all. You have speed, you have everything. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with this class setup here. Of course, if you're one of those weird daredevils, you could always use, or I guess replace, the red dot sight with the skeleton stock or something and just use the normal sight. I did try it. It is pretty good to use, but it's not always going to be reliable, so that's why I'm just sticking to a red dot. But yeah, anyways, that's going to conclude the video. I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired. It's already like 8 in the morning and I need some sleep, and I need some mental health days after the shit I just went through. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Go crazy with the class up, and I'll see you guys next time.